Anyone that self-unalives is weak and pathetic. Self-unaliving is just for attention. Self-unaliving is all selfish, typical behavior. It's filled with woe is me, pity party, victimhood mindset. Weak as fuck. You really want to know about the time I jumped off the Golden Gate Bridge? All right, let's get to it. I was 23 years old. 23 would be the last year that I would be depressed. Also the last year that I would ever be so self-unaliving prone. My ex-husband, yes, I was married in Australia, got married at 20, long story. But my ex-husband, whom I hadn't seen in about 2 years, decided to come out to the state to give it one last hurrah, to see if we had feelings for each other anymore, or if the love was still there. Granted, I was working a pyramid scheme sort of job, doing door-to-door sales, but specifically for the charity division. It was an interesting experience, to say the least. I was roommating with my then roommates in Pasadena, California. What a lovely bunch of individuals. Well, some, not all. Mind you, the past 2 years, at that time, had been very, very lost, dazed, and confused. Darkness was brewing within me, and I was letting it fester. My alcohol addiction was getting the best of me. I let myself go. I had to have been 180 pounds or something at 5'2", 5'3". The torta look doesn't really suit me that well. Mind you, this was pre-transition. Back on topic, this job exacerbated my drinking problem because we would get off at like 10 p.m. and then go to the bar, grab a drink. Fortunately for me, I could never just grab a drink. I had to grab the handle, and that was to be drunk in completion, to which I would not be able to wake up the next day for work. Having no confidence in myself, my body, or anything, anywhere, I anticipated my ex-husband arriving, to which when he did, it was almost as if he couldn't recognize me anymore. I felt that disconnect. I felt that just disconnect. Where it's like you look at someone and it's just gray. It's nothing. That killed me so much. But I decided to try to keep positive and make it work. But alcohol me would not let it work. Alcohol me was this demon that was within me that activated every time I blacked out. This demon in me was very vindictive, was very selfish, was very narcissistic. I'm still going to keep that. I'm not editing it out. It was the worst me that could ever be, if you will, because I couldn't get through my traumas at the time. I did not know how to love them, did not know how to work to them, did not know the triggers and stuff like that. Had not learned that just yet. And the bearer of that burden would be my ex-husband. It wasn't fair to him, not the way that I was treating him, which was abusive, to say the least. Psychologically, mentally, emotionally, physically even though he was a lot bigger than me. To get off topic, I kind of want to re-enlighten on an ability that I have. I make it sound like I'm better or worse than anybody, or whatever, but it's just a memory ability called eidetic memory, and it's broken up into 3 different parts: imagery, audio, and total recall. Total recall, I believe, is the most rare, which I have. And essentially, if you notice me kind of like jotting off into like the distance, it's like a daydream almost, because I'm reliving my actual memory, like with all my senses intact. I know exactly how I'm feeling. I know exactly what I'm hearing. Like everything is intact. Definitely doesn't leave out the trauma, but blessing and a curse. However, it can be a little draining at times, especially since I have not actually ventured down this lane in quite some time. But part 2 is coming up. I'm not trying to make these too long. I know we all got lives.